And we are back with another episode of Cognitive Cuisine. I am Will Wise Otero,
And I am Yayoi of Brain to Belly.
and we haven't done this in a while. We've because of the holiday season, and we're getting back into it. But actually, this conversation is going to be a real dope conversation. This was something that started off air, and we decided we are going to bring this on air because it was such an important topic, right? It was something that a lot of people struggle with, and it's something that we just wanted to share with everybody. So, and the topic is when you feel like your your value, like you feel like you're not worth your value, right?
Right.
Whatever that, and even though other people see such value in you and see the potential in you and tell you this, sometimes you yourself don't see it, right? You
Right.
have that doubt. You don't believe in yourself. And it can be a struggle. It can be even though you have all these people telling you differently, sometimes it's, I don't know if you want to say a defense mechanism for
Yeah.
yourself to kind of
Yeah.
protect yourself from failing or whatever it is, not realizing that you're hindering and hurting yourself
Yeah.
by just believing that, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
because we was talking off air, and it just led to us both acknowledging that that was something we both struggled with, like the self-doubt and the self-talk in ourselves. It sometimes
Yeah.
it hinders us. It's sometimes we don't believe in ourselves, even though we have some wonderful support, right? We have people that believe in us and say some wonderful things about us, and it's just sometimes it's just we're human, right?
Yeah.
We're human. This is what happens. We just get these feelings, and it's important to. It was great that we started discussing it because it kind of like just made us let us know that the fact that we're able to talk about it is a step in the right direction
Yep.
to
Yep.
acknowledging
Sorry.
what is going on. And this is what it is. This is podcasting.
Yeah. Normally she's quiet. There must be somebody out in the hallway. That's why. But sorry about that. That was a perfect pattern interrupt, right? um, but yeah, we were talking about that because, I was saying, hey, we haven't seen each other in a while, and how are you doing, and all this and that. And I said, yeah, I'm good, but I had a few struggles, and we were talking about that, and it's like it's that I'm not good enough feeling, which is like an old pattern. For me, it's a very old pattern that keeps repeating. It's like an old recording, or like when a song keeps repeating itself in your
On loop,
brain.
it's on repeat,
Yeah,
and on looping.
yeah. And it's a really non-productive, non-empowering belief or recording that keeps going on in my brain that's saying, oh, you're not good enough, people aren't going to buy from you, or not, people aren't going to find value in what you're saying, they've heard it before, from someone else, so what makes you so special, that type of thinking. And and it's really the fight or flight, thing that's happening, because I was saying to somebody, you know when you're in that loop, it's so easy to say, well, I might as well stay in my stuck state, because that's where I feel comfortable. That's where I feel like I belong. And it's kind of like a pity party, or like, as my good friend Cindy would say, you're being a weenie. What was it?
Being a
Weenie.
weenie.
Yeah, you're being a weenie. You're being a, yeah. And yeah, you're whiny, you're being a whiny pants or something like that. And it's true, sometimes you fall into that. And it's because it's that fight or flight thing that's going on in your brain. And so it's really about recognizing that, which I said, at least I recognized it. The good thing is we're recognizing this, right?
Yeah.
And somebody asked me this really great question. He said to me, so what lie are you telling yourself? And I'm like, damn, that's such a good question, right?
And I'm telling myself plenty of lies. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Let,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's things that I should be doing that I haven't been doing. Like, I really need to really get on it. Like going to Podfest
Mhm.
and seeing and interacting and listening to what people were saying. Right, it was just information that I had gained previously that I just been like, man, I've been sitting on this and not doing this the right way.
Yeah.
I like everything that I've and it's crazy because even without doing the extra stuff that I know that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm still building up some sort of traction. So imagine if I implemented the stuff that I've been denying myself, right? Implementing the stuff that I know needs to be done. Like I know I can promote Stuck in My Mind podcast so much better than I do. Like I know this. And even with that, I'm still gaining traction on it. So I need to give myself a kick in the butt
Yep.
and really start like, dude, you really need to get on weight on how I market this show, on how I promote this show. Because right now I just throw out live shows. Like I know my guests weeks in advance. Like I have guest
Marketing.
bookings in
Yeah.
April, right? So why can't I just start marketing them now, right? Why am I not doing this? This is something I am telling myself and realizing like I'm messing up. This but the crazy thing is
You're not.
I am. I
Oh,
am.
okay.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but I'm still doing some stuff good, right? Thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say I'm not doing, I'm just there's steps that I'm not taking advantage of.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense, and that's fair, because you don't wanna beat yourself up for not doing
Absolutely no,
stuff, but
because because of regardless of not doing those steps, I'm still gaining some
oh,
type
yeah,
of traction,
yeah,
right? So
and
I'm
yep,
just to me, it's just like imagine had I have I that when I start doing these steps, how
what
much more will it
yeah,
go, right? So
exactly.
that's all it is. I'm not beating myself, but I'm real. Like going to Podfest and going through all this made me realize, like, dude, you got to step up your game. Like,
Yeah,
you need to be able to one day be on the Podfest stage and
yeah,
talking about this and explaining what you're doing and your growth and like because my growth from where I started doing when I started doing this to now,
amazing.
yeah, it's transformation. Like
Yeah,
it's transformational for me, and hopefully someone can take from it and transform their lives. So
yeah,
absolutely.
and I mean, look at the following that you've got, over the past 5 years.
Hmm.
I mean, that's not, something to sneeze about. You've really been putting it out there. You've been, promoting. You've been really doing it. And the thing is, we as human beings, we tend to go into that loop. That old pattern starts playing that old song starts playing in our heads, right, in our brains. And the fact that we realize it, and someone said to me, "At least you're realizing it now."
Yeah,
So it was
and
like, yeah,
yeah, and again, I don't even, I shouldn't even beat myself up because as much as that, I still go. I've been
yeah.
consistent on Facebook, like with
Yeah.
my posts on Facebooks. I've
Yep.
been consistent with those being with content creation, and I have been. So I can't say I haven't been doing stuff.
Yeah.
I just the way I market stuck. I should put it.
Could be better.
Yes, it could be better.
Yeah.
Like the brand as Real Wise and Total, I've been putting out content.
Oh, yeah.
I've been posting. I've been doing videos, lives from. So I've been yes. Can I market better? Yes.
And, I think it's everybody, who all of us, right? We can always do a little better. And we just and then we're the hardest on ourselves.
And absolutely. And I'm not a market specialist, so I
Yeah.
shouldn't expect myself to blow marketing out the water.
Right.
That's not my specialty,
Yeah.
right? I'm still learning, and I'm still.
And you're
Oh,
still taking action. You're still doing it. It's not like
yes.
that loop made you stop everything, right?
Hmm.
Because it could easily debilitate you. Because, and maybe in my past, maybe if this happened to me even like 2 years ago, it may have made me stop and saying, no, I'm not good enough. Maybe I'll give up, right? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Well, in my case, I don't have a choice at this point. I have to do this. But anyway, that's a different story. But, you know, um, it's like we tend to go into this loop and we get stuck in that loop and it keeps repeating and repeating. And I was saying to somebody, sometimes it's almost easier just staying in that sucky state because that's what I'm comfortable with and familiar with.
Yeah,
And when I take that step forward, it's scary, you
absolutely.
know,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, what somebody said to me, so what are you afraid of? And it's like afraid that people would say, what is she talking about? She doesn't know what she's talking about because there are always going to be people. And then all the times that you've been criticized come back to you in that loop as well.
And it's like, and you know what? It's not. Sometimes it's our own criticism, right? That be the
Yes.
worst, right? That
Yes.
we're thinking that, oh, this is sucky. But then, like again, when I have episodes like I had recorded yesterday,
Yeah.
those are the ones that like make you realize, like, damn, like you're like just the way the questioning and the answer, just the show went so smooth, right? That it was just like one of those shows that it just flowed so naturally and made you realize, like, damn, the potential of what I'm doing is it's just crazy. Like
Yeah.
if I continue on this path, with like where can this lead to? Like what can this explode into? And so just being able to do that and learn, like I learned from that episode. Like just having this conversation made me learn some new things that I've been like, all right, this is what I need to start doing and
Yeah.
working on and implementing and making sure that this is the right, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So
Yeah. And I think, I think it's also maybe it's divine intervention because when you're feeling that slump, something comes along to inspire you again. And it kind of lit that fire for you, right? This conversation, this podcast that you had recorded with this guest
oh yeah, no,
yesterday.
that
Yeah.
and then coming off the high from Podfest, right?
Oh, yeah.
Coming off of that and now I come and have this amazing interview. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
this is what I want. This is what I want to do and make sure that all right, I can get this done. So
Yeah, and I just had a thought. I mean, you said coming off of Podfest and having this great interview, it could be that at Podfest you learned so much and you were kind of like not subconsciously, using the techniques that you learned and the influence and all of that in this podcast that you recorded yesterday. That could have been happening as well.
yeah, it definitely had played a part because just the questioning and just the way I
Yeah,
everything it just fell into place, right?
right.
And something that I've been talking about, even been I have newsletter on LinkedIn and I've been talking about AI and I've
Yeah.
been talking about how I've used it to help me structure my shows and help me organize things because that's it's what it's there for. It's a tool. It's there to help improve on what I've already
Oh, yeah.
started. Right.
Yep.
I've already laid the foundation for it. All I'm taking and using AI for is now to seal the cracks.
Yep, and it's like also, AI can help you to brainstorm.
Hmm.
It's kind of like it really is a tool, and it's like for me, I use it and I say, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is kind of like the structure I want to take. What are your thoughts on it? Give me some feedback on what you think, might be helpful for it, right?" And then we basically,
And
it's
it's not even like that. I've helped it adapt to how I
yeah,
think, right?
hmm
And so it builds it in a way that brings out the best part
Yes.
of what I can do.
Yes.
So it structures like, oh, these are things you talk about. These are topics that you're from
Mhm.
from my content and from what
Right.
discussions. These are the things that so it's geared towards helping me focus on all right, this is the topic we're gonna go with. Let's do it this way and it asks questions that I would normally ask.
Right. Right. And sometimes it gives you ideas like that you never would have thought about or perspective that you may not have seen. And those are invaluable because, it's like almost like a sparring partner in some ways, right?
So
Not that I box, but
so no, and you mentioned ideas, right? Because
yeah.
my nephew, like he's been since day one. He was actually doing YouTube before me, right? He
Mhm.
and I started doing lives with on his show, we were just it was just an experience, and he's been my partner since day one, and to see him go and start pitching his idea to people and people really gravitating to it. And I can't say it here because it's a work in progress. We still got a lot of things that, but to see him go and pitch his ideas and people actually be like, here's my information, like here are people I need you can reach out to see that and know that all right, we got some things in the works
Mhm.
and even with some of the ways on how to generate income, right? Like
Mhm.
some of the things that we're planning on locations and where we're recording, and we've got a pitch for like it's just a whole bunch of different things that came from it, but it's just been using AI to help us. Like this is our plan. This is what we've been implementing, and
Yeah.
when AI pitches back like, oh, do this, do this, do this, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe
And
so.
and it's great because it's like AI is really it's a wealth of information. And it's really that it's how you use it, right?
Mhm.
It and it's we're tapping into this huge library.
And that's what people's not realizing, right? They're
Yeah.
they're using it for silly things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Like I've released a couple of videos that I use that I've created through a couple of programs that I have, right? But it's been to promote Real Wise Publishing,
Mhm.
and it's been to promote Real Wise Global Media. But that's what I've used it for. I could have used it for stupid stuff and to create, but no, I wanted to create something to represent my brand and to represent what I'm doing
Right.
because that's much more important for me is to let people know like, hey, this is what I got in the works. These are what I'm doing. If you're interested, send me a message. Whatever.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you're saying that. And you know, I think I mean I ask it to help me clean things up. It's a resource really.
Mhm.
And we can't depend on it too much. I mean, not, in the way that some people like I know there's an ongoing thing going on right now that people have become addicted to AI. And and some people I've heard fellow coaches saying that they've had clients that said that I have to sneeze now. Sorry.
Bless you. Bless you.
Sorry about that. I've had friends telling me that they've had clients that said that they were so addicted to AI that they'd rather have AI as a friend than a real friend.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, like an in-person
That is
friend.
crazy.
Then I'm like, "What?"
No. Hey,
Yeah,
you can't get that far with it. Like
no, but
again, I use it as a tool.
exactly, exactly.
It's not my best friend. I actually have people that I communicate with and I'm able to express myself and let things out. So
Yep.
I don't need AI to comfort me. But
No, no. Well, there was that woman that got married to AI, right?
oh yes, no.
I was like
I just
I
can't.
mean I'm not going to judge, but there are other ways to. You want that human connection
Oh,
because.
and that's what that's what, like, you take what it gives you, and
Hmm.
and you put your touch on it. You put your
Yes,
human element on it.
yes,
You take from, like, like, you wouldn't say that. Like, take that shit out. Like,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, or this doesn't sound like me,
yeah,
you know, or I would add this, this, and this to it. That's not enough, that type of thing.
yeah.
And it's really putting your own touch on it. So, basically, AI is like the raw material, or they'll give you the raw materials, and you have to put it through your own filter.
Hmm.
And I think that that's what helps to make it your own. And that's with anything, right? Like even traditional painters, artists, they'll see the raw materials out there. They interpret that, they take that into themselves, and the output, what they put out as artwork, is their interpretation or gone through their filter. And that's what makes it special. Like, I mean, Van Gogh is like a great artist, as an example, because the way he saw the world was so different from so many other people, and he put it through his filters. And that's why we get the beautiful strong textures in his paintings, and the colors, all of that, because it's gone through his filter. And you see this happening with so many people. I mean, with anything really. Your perspective is unique to you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever we see, we can interpret in so many different ways.
And that's why it's like when you try to compare yourself to any other coaches or whatever it is, like, you can't, because you're not that person, right?
Yep,
And that's the problem with coaching. Like, they try to make it, oh, like, cookie cutter, but no, everyone, you need to find your
yep,
your spot. Like, you need to find where it is that you shine the brightest,
yep,
and you just won't. It just won't be the same way this coach does it, right? Yeah, it's great. Their system might help you in a way, but until you add this your own spice again,
yeah,
it's meaning that you make it your own. Like,
yeah,
you add your flavor to it. You have to, because you don't want to continue to sound like all these cookie cutter coaches. You need to you need to distinguish yourself from all these other coaches by making
your
it
own
your
flavor.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, when we're having our talks like this, you could just, you're distinctly you and I'm distinctly me, right? I
Hmm.
have my own flavor, my own things.
Yeah.
And we may be talking about the same subject, but it's gone through our own filters.
Yeah.
And that's what we're projecting. And that's where we find that interest, right? That's where people are like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Or, wow, that's a great perspective, things like that. And I think that's what makes life interesting.
Yeah. It all ties in, right? It
Yeah.
all ties in.
Yeah.
The way you approach everything in certain ways, it like you said, it works into life.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so you, again, when it goes into, we when it goes into your own self-confidence now, right? It sometimes, like, regardless of what you've accomplished, the things you've, like I've accomplished stuff many people haven't been able to do, right? With and it not being my goal to accomplish. Like, this, it wasn't something like,
Yeah. It's a side thing.
it was like the publishing of books wasn't something that when I started the podcasting, wasn't something that, it was just something like, hey, I want to try this. Let me, and to go build it and do it without having real prior experience, it's an accomplishment, right? Not
It's
there's people
huge.
that've been writing books for years, and still don't know how to self-publish.
Yeah.
Here I come, not not coming from the publishing world, and wanting to show you how to publish your own book. Yeah, yes, you don't have the big marketing from these big time publishers, but I'm willing to show you how you can basically build your own business card with your own book.
Yeah.
Like, when you can go to conferences with your own book, that's kind of like big deal. It might
It
not be an
is.
Amazon bestseller, but it like did you write a book? No, okay then,
Yeah.
don't speak to me.
Yeah. And it's, it's really, yeah, these little things that, and we forget our own accomplishments a lot because when we slip into that, that loop again and we start comparing,
Again, you're an Amazon bestseller.
I am, and I keep on forgetting that.
Are you not? Yes. You're an Amazon bestseller.
I am.
And it's crazy that you being an Amazon bestseller, that you would have these doubts, right? You would think
Yeah.
from the outside,
Yeah.
you would think, oh, she's an Amazon, oh, she's doing great. Da, da, da. But you go internally and you look, because again, like I said, I've done some stuff that a lot of regular folk haven't done.
Right. It's
But
true.
I don't see it that way. I don't see it like I'm not where I want to be at,
Yeah.
so I'm not a success. And I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying is these are just me being me
Yeah.
and just explaining to people like I'm a regular guy just like you guys. I go through the same phases. I have the same doubts. So these are things that creep up. These are
Yeah.
things
Oh God. Yeah.
being able to come and talk about it. It's kind of me facing that. It's kind of me like acknowledging like this is where I'm messing up. I'm putting it out there so I can like
Yep.
I put it out there. People know. Let me just start facing that. Let me start
Yeah.
dealing with it.
And I think, it's almost like an accountability thing, right?
Yeah,
In a way.
in a way,
Yeah,
yes.
and it's true because we were just talking and we hadn't seen each other in about a month
Yeah.
probably, and we're like, "Oh yeah, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of fell into that bad loop, that old recording of I'm not good enough, all this and that." And then we were like, "You know what? Instead of just talking about it, why don't we just do an episode on it?"
Yeah.
And I think it's so relevant because all of us go through this no matter where you are. And you said to me, you said, I still see you doing your, my small bites on my Facebook page. Also, just doing lives. Also, yes, I have my book. And on the outside, it looks like I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
You said
And
to
that's
me,
what I
I
said.
couldn't tell that you were suffering.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Wow, okay, if that's how it looks on the outside." And it just reminded me of this great quote, from Jim Rohn, who was, Tony Robbins' mentor.
He's a lot of our mentors because
Yeah,
he's someone
I think
I've
he's
studied
wonderful.
I've
Yeah,
studied a lot of his talks
yeah.
and a lot of his so
And Jim Rohn said, "If you don't see what I see, borrow my glasses."
mhm.
Yeah, and that just this whole thing just kind of reminded me of that.
But it's true, right? Like when you don't when it's like sometimes your glasses are foggy, right?
Yes,
And the person next to you's glasses are clear. They have a clear vision of you. Like my wife has a clear vision of me, right? She sees the potential. But sometimes minds get a little foggy. And this is what we do. We're being honest. We really want to this is why we do this so we can let people know like it might look rosy on the outside, but we're regular people. We're
yeah,
human beings. Yes, we create content and but at the end of the day, I'm a human being.
yeah.
It's just it's the conversations like
It And then, like to us, people like Tony Robbins or my mentor, Joseph McClendon, or, any other person that we look up to, you know, we only see what we see, right? We see them like, oh my gosh, that's him or that's her. Look at how much they've done. But we don't know internally what's going on with them. We
mhm.
don't know if they have their own struggles, and they probably do
Oh,
in their
yeah.
own ways. They just don't show, they don't show it, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out as it comes out come on it comes off as if they have everything going for them, right?
Right.
But in all reality, we all know we're all human. We all deal with our own imposter syndrome days. There are
Yes,
days that we doubt ourselves, and it's just human nature. But some of them are just so adapt. They've learned that, hey, this is just a little hiccup.
yep,
Like,
yep,
let me
and
just
it's how
let me.
you use that, yeah,
Some of them is just like, you know what? I'm gonna just this is a little hiccup, a little bump in the road.
yep,
I'm back on where I'm, and that's the difference, right? That s- they don't like. It might take us a little bit longer for us to get out of that
yeah,
low
yeah,
than it would them, right? Because
yeah,
they've been doing it for so long,
right,
and their programming is so much different than ours.
right.
We're still in the phases of we still work a lot of work.
Oh, oh,
That's
yeah,
work.
yeah, and it's easy to say, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna slip in there and stay there." But you know what? The good thing is that we wanna grow, we wanna keep on moving forward,
Yeah,
and, it that boils down to your why, it boils down to your life mission, what fires you up, right? And I know for me that I don't wanna stay stuck because there's a mission that I wanna accomplish. And I don't wanna disappoint myself, basically.
yes, and that's something that I've been realizing that I've been doing a lot of, right? Is disappointing myself, not disappointing someone else. And my wife said it to me, like she's like, "Eh, you don't. It's not that you're disappointing me. You're disappointing yourself. Like you said you was gonna do something, you didn't do it. Who were you lying to? Were you lying to me, or were you lying to yourself?"
Yeah,
And that was like, and you don't like when that reflection is like you get upset. Like, and I did. I got
yeah,
like, you don't like when she I don't like when she puts the mirror in my face and
but
but
sometimes you need that.
yes,
We
yes,
need that.
yes.
Yeah,
And but it is what it is. Like if I wouldn't have someone like that, then I'd be worse off, right?
yeah,
Having someone that is willing to like put the mirror in my face and be like, listen, look at this person right here and tell me who's the one not doing the right thing.
yeah,
And so and of course, again,
yeah,
I said it pisses me off. Yes, no one wants to be corrected.
yeah.
I don't any let's
Hello, I get so hurt. I was like, "Oh, that person hurt me.
like
What
it's
poor me," right?
no one likes to be pointed out
Yeah,
my man, you messing up. Like no one likes that. No one. It's no one. I don't care if you say you do, you're lying.
yeah, yeah. Or
Stop.
you're a
Yeah,
masochist.
stop it. Like stop. But 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 no, it's those moments that it really hits you, and you're like, damn, she's right.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't tell her because I don't need her to
Oh, yeah.
acknowledge. Like, I don't need her to boast. Like yeah, I know
Yeah.
I was right. Like so her head is already big enough. So
But, it's having those people around you, and it's also boils back down to who do you surround yourself with, right?
yeah,
People that elevate you or people that are gonna pull you down, and, having those people that are going to elevate you, even if it's the harsh truth, right, makes such a big difference in your progress in how you're going to move forward.
yeah.
And, this is great because it's the beginning of a new year. All of us want, we have aspirations, we have dreams for this year, right? I know.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of resolutions are already out the window.
Yeah. Well,
That's we're here. This is cognitive cuisine. We mix up the truth.
yeah,
We be, a lot of you have already abandoned your resolutions, right? And
yes,
we're only in week 3 of the new year, right?
yes. Well, I
Some
yeah,
of us haven't started our plan yet.
it's
So
true. Well, there's a day, I actually Googled it. There's a day called Quitter's Day every year.
I heard,
And yeah, and it was actually on the 9th this year.
oh,
That was only, like, not even 10 days into the new year when
damn,
most people quit.
they're not kidding. They're like people. Yeah, people are just yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's because you set resolutions that are not realistic, for one
Mhm.
thing, and I don't believe in resolutions because no, you can make a resolution any time of the day,
Yeah.
any time of the
But
year.
what's the difference about the new year, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just another
It's
day.
it's just another day.
So yeah, so you're absolutely right. And it's not resolutions.
No.
It's 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 programming. It's learning how to implement habits and
Yeah,
structure, right? Things that
exactly.
you need to start doing. Like
Yeah.
I need to start working out. So you know what needs to be done? I need to just take my butt and go work out
Yeah.
this day, and just do it. Like not like
And not
yeah. Go
not
ahead.
overdo it because,
Yeah,
many of us New Year's resolutions, they think, "Okay, I'm gonna do this." And what happens is you go so full, like more than
yeah. The first
100%
you
into
go
it.
you go hard the first 2 weeks and burn yourself out. Like,
Exactly.
start off like maybe I'm gonna start off with a 5 minute walk.
Yeah.
Then turn it up to a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
Whatever
Baby
it is,
steps.
it's baby steps. I know this, and then I need to really start implementing it. And it was so great, right? Going to Podfest and people looking and be like, they're like, "Oh my God, you look amazing," right?
Yeah.
And it felt good because I know where I was at last year
Mhm.
and to where I'm at now. It's a big difference. It's just so much of a change.
Yeah.
So
And but, you put a lot of effort into that too. That change. You've changed the way you eat. You've changed, everything's it's not I mean, that's just the result, right? But there's like in the
there's work.
background,
Yes,
there
that's
was a lot of work that went into it.
yeah.
And I think that, we forget how much work that needs to go into different things. And
Yeah, we
and
don't realize that, uh, like, everything just doesn't happen.
um, I wish we could.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yes, manifestation is a real thing, but that in order for to manifest, you have to start putting into it, right?
Yeah.
You have to put into it. It's not gonna happen just, "Oh,
No.
let me think of it. Oh, there it goes, pops up." No,
No.
you gotta take the steps
Yeah.
in
And
order for things to fall into place.
it's true. It's true. And it's really about I mean, if you don't put your effort into it, like one of the things that, as a coach, we always say, yeah, I can coach you, but you have to do the work.
Yeah. Like, like like when I'm coaching, yeah, everybody. I don't know if everyone knows that I'm coaching Yayoi and launching her podcast, right? And and we it was crazy because I decided to launch at the I kind of decided to launch at the wrong time because it was the holiday season, right? Because then of course we spending time with families and things. So it was kind of now I realize that I will not be launching any courses during the holiday season. It just can't work. So to be able to work with you and see hopefully by February we can see you launch your
Yes.
podcast
Yes.
and
I
get it
will.
going. But
Yes.
it's like I said, I built this on the go, right? I built this while we were working weekly and doing and building. So I'm looking forward to finishing and 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 putting the whole complete product out. But it's a little bit more difficult than I thought, right? Like
Yeah.
just going into to the work but it was so much fun building something from scratch.
Yes.
Like being able to build something from scratch and on the fly and take your your feedback and go and redo a video and touch it up and fix the slides and do this and that's why I was so glad that you was like, yeah, I want to learn. Let me do this. Let me jump in this beta group and to be able to work with someone like you because you have the patience and
Thank you.
and you're willing to do the work. So I'm excited like to see how your podcast launch because it kind of is kind of representing the coaching and the everything in
Yeah. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Now I'm feeling the pressure. Uh-oh.
I want to make sure that
I know.
you have the right launch
Yeah,
and you're happy with what at the end results of what
right.
you're doing.
Yeah. No, and it but, it's great that I have, you because I can always ask you, "Hey, I'm kinda stuck here. What can I do here?" And it's great because I also know that I'm learning from somebody that succeeded because I see your success and I'm like, "Okay," and the fact that you're available to me, that I can talk to you, um, and that makes a big difference because when I could buy courses from other people, right?
Yeah,
But I won't have the interaction that I have with you.
yeah,
Like that's a course, let's say I bought a course, it would be a course that I buy from somebody. And yes, they say you can do Q&A and whatnot, but it's on their timeline, it's on their platform, or it's just frequently asked questions. They tell you to go to a website and look for your answer there, right?
oh yeah,
Whereas
it's
this is
different. Where it's
yeah,
different, where because we have
yeah,
a relationship already,
yeah,
and
yeah,
so I don't. It's to me, it's like you believed in me, right? You believed in what I was doing and what I my coaching and everything. So for me, it's like I don't. Yeah, whatever questions you have, or we're friends. If you want to text me like, hey, I have a question. Like you can do that. Like that. That's
yeah,
the kind of relationship we have. And
yeah,
so is everyone in the coaching gonna get that? I don't know. Maybe that might be a part of it. I don't know. Depending on the person, it depends on the person I'm working with, or if like there's certain people that you just know that you have that synergy with them. Like, all right,
yeah,
this person, and you just, all right, this is someone. All right, here's my contact. Anytime you have a question, yeah, of course, there's certain people you'll do that for.
yeah,
But the ultimate goal is to build a course where it's self-explanatory, like
yeah,
everything that
yeah. It's simple enough.
any questions, so if you got any questions, I'm already answering for them for you quickly, right?
Yep.
This is just basically to just get you ready to, because a lot of people, what they what they lack is structure when they go into launching their podcast.
Mhm.
They just go in like, oh, record and burn themselves out, and by episode 3 they're done. They say 7 episodes, but in reality, by episode 3, a lot of people like realizing I can't do this. Like this is a lot of work. So me doing this is building a system where, hey, let's structure it where you don't burn yourself out,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you use simple tools to help you structure your show,
Yeah.
help you give you an idea like, all right, this is a topic that I might want to discuss. Because one of the main things when you first start, like, what am I going to talk about? Well, I'm here to help you, show you. Let's niche it down. Let's find like niches are a thing. Like this, if you find the right niche, you can be successful.
Yeah. And it's funny because, your niche is what you're passionate about.
Yes,
And I think people, like that's like the find your own niche. That's like the trend thing going on right now. And people are making it more complicated than it
and it
should
is.
be. It should be what you're passionate about. And because when you talk about anything that brings you passion, you're so much different, right? When I talk about, let's say, my coaching business, my brain to belly, even my artwork, even with photography, or even my Comic Con things, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
That's what-
that energy that comes up that's so different from when I'm talking about something else.
and that was something I told you that you needed to do. Like when you go to Comic Con,
Oh, yeah.
use your
I
phone,
did it. I
record,
did it.
and why? Because that's showing people another side of you, right? It's
Yeah.
expanding your
My
audience
audience.
because
Yep.
people are realizing like, oh, she's just not a brain to belly coach.
Yeah.
She's a Comic Con nerd. She's a geek. She's like us. So I say that because I'm a Comic Con geek. I love comic books. Like if you look at my over here, behind me you can see Iron Man, right? You can see Iron Man behind me. If I move the correct way, there's Iron Man.
Hello. I have this. I have this. This is Tentacle Kitty. This is Derby from K-pop demon hunters. They're right in front of me. They're on my desk.
Yeah, so and this is just things that we enjoy, right? So
Yeah,
to
and brings us joy.
but to show people that side of us is important because they need to realize that we're regular folk, that we enjoy doing regular
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
Like we have favorites. There's things that we
true.
enjoy.
Yep. And, I think, and that's where you connect with people, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. I also like the Funko Pops. I'm not a Funko Pop collector because if I go down that rabbit hole, I will be in big trouble. But you popped yourself, right?
Yes, I popped myself.
I have my pop over here somewhere, but I can't reach it right now. So, but yeah, my best friend, she popped me.
Yeah, I popped myself, and I got a couple of other pops. I got a
Yeah.
Star Lord pop.
Oh,
I'm a big wrestling fan, so I have a couple of
yeah.
wrestlers over there. But yeah, no,
I've got them all over. Yes, as well.
but this is a side that people want to see, right? Like
Yeah.
they are interested because they're realizing like, hey, he like Funko Pops too, or they like it just it.
Yeah.
Am I a big Funko Pop collector? No, but I like that. I have my own personal ones, and
Yeah.
I have my comic books. I have my books, and there's just things that I enjoy. Like,
And you know what? That's because we're also human, and those are parts of us that make us who we are.
mhm,
And yeah, my big thing is definitely brain to belly coaching. But there's another side of me, like you said, the Comic Con nerd, um, the anime nerd, that those things are totally me. And I love that. No matter what age I am, I'm like, that just brings out the kid in me, that brings out the joy in my heart,
yeah,
you know? And if you, well, you can't see my laptop, but my laptop is covered in all these stickers. So, that I get from Comic Con and different places, but it it's because that's who I am. And
yeah,
I think, and it's been so important that you, like when you told me, go, do a live recording from Comic Con. And people are like, oh, okay. And I think it's important that people see different sides of you, different
mhm,
facets of yourself, of you.
absolutely. They need to like this is who you are, right? We talk about coaching and no, well, like this is part of who I am, right?
Yeah,
This kind of plays into my personality and the style that I go into coaching because this is it's who I am.
right.
Um, I for me, it's my love for podcasting. It's my love for wanting to help others, and so being able to create shows that are beneficial for other people, and then going to Podfest and doing a live from there, and having that be one of the most viewed videos on IG that I have had, and then just doing all the things that I'm doing and seeing the reactions and
Yeah,
seeing what people are saying, it's like okay, it's like again, it goes back to and I was telling my nephew, it's like, all right, we've reached a plateau, right? What now is that next step to take us above that plateau?
right.
What is our next step? Like we've reached the ceiling right now. How do we break through it? What do we have to do? And we're working on it. We're chefing it up. We're like anyone, right? Who should be once you hit this plateau, like
You want to go next.
yeah,
Yeah,
what is it that what ingredients am I missing? What are the collaborations that I need to make it to that next level, like to help me go and take real wise global to another level and take whatever I'm creating to that next level
yeah,
where people are like, oh man, I definitely got when I post something new, oh, I gotta go see what's going on because I know it's of value. It's something that's beneficial to others. It's something that people can go like, oh man, I needed to hear that conversation.
yeah.
Like that
And
is what I needed.
and to me, it's like, like, why do I still keep on doing my small bites, right? Or even the live videos? Um, and it's because if I can help one person, if one person that needed to hear something hears it, that makes me feel good that I was able to help someone, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and to share that, because when I was struggling with a lot of my weight issues and just the lack of self confidence in who I am, sometimes I felt alone and I felt like nobody understands me. But to know that, to hear that somebody does understand me, or there's a community out there that could be more supportive, that makes all the difference for people to want to move on, to get better, to get to that place where you're going after your dreams, right?
Someone who's amazing, and I met her through you, and she's built a community quickly. Like she's built her, like Lucia, she's built her community like to a like I'm looking at her and I'm seeing her, and then she'll message me and she's like, oh, and she'll tell me something like, I didn't know I inspired people the way I do, right? But she like, oh, you're doing some great. She'll tell me, and like, I seen you and Coach Yayoi, and like she's like she checks out our content. She's someone who actually, when she sees our content, she'll check it out, and she's like, you guys are doing some great things, and I would love to have you back. And she'll send me a voice message, and I hope I don't embarrass her by sharing it, but she's amazing. Like she's such a beautiful person, right? And she's having some wonderful interviews. I watch whenever I get a chance. I'll check out her interviews, and what just she does a great job. But she has a little self doubt as well because her English isn't the best. But she still does a wonderful job to me, right? I think she does a wonderful job.
It's the heart.
Yeah,
And
no,
I think, yeah.
yeah,
And I think a lot of people forget, the heart and the language barrier isn't so, it's not as bad. It's not really a barrier. It's really because if your heart isn't into something, it's going to show. When your passion isn't there, people are going to feel it.
hmm
They're like, "Oh, yeah, whatever."
like I
Oh,
said, yeah,
yeah. You could feel that they're not talking with integrity or that they're not
mhm,
talking with the passion that you want them to feel. And, when people hear you, they know that. So, I mean, I I don't know, maybe I'm sure many people understand, like, when you listen to somebody talking, you know when somebody's BSing you.
yeah,
Deep down in your heart, because you sense it, right?
hmm
And I think that's the same thing, and you're not gonna gravitate to somebody who you feel is BSing you all the time.
absolutely,
And I think that's where it is. When you're speaking from the heart, people that are going to be your clients or that need to hear what you want to, or, need to hear what you're saying, or gonna be your support system people, they're going to hear what your heart is telling the audience or telling people. Yeah.
yeah. No, like I said, she's doing some wonderful stuff. But it was an honor for her, for me, it was an honor for me for her to ask me to speak again in her group. She's like, I want people in my group to know who you are,
Yeah.
and that to me was like, wow, that's amazing, right? To have someone who's created such a nice big group and a wonderful community want to help promote me and have others check out my content because she feels that it's something of value, right? And again, it goes back to us doubting ourselves and taking other people for us to realize like maybe I need to look at myself through their glasses again,
Yeah.
like you said before.
Yep.
And so yeah, no, it's I'm realizing more and more how blessed and I am, and if I continue to believe in that and show that I'm ready for the next step. So
Yeah. And I think, everyone says gratitude, and to see that we're actually the blessings that we have, right? And to acknowledge them and realize them, because sometimes we don't see it.
mm,
We just don't see it. Sometimes we're so caught up in our old stories that we don't see the blessings that are around us. And the fact that we do have people like Lucia, and, I have you, I have other people in my community that support me, that'll be my cheerleaders, right? When I need them. And even if I don't need them, they'll be my cheerleaders. And that's so important. It's so
it is.
important to all of us, because that's community.
Hmm.
And human beings are not, that term, you're not an island. You're not. We need others to support us, to
Oh
help
yes,
us grow.
actually on your birthday twins
Oh,
show.
Steve.
I was on Steve's show, his live stream yesterday.
Hmm.
And we did, one of the things I told them was, I'm a human. I'm an earthling, right? Because they were talking about, oh, American this and that. I'm like, man, I am an earthling. I am a human being before, and I'm a citizen of this planet first, foremost, right?
Yeah.
I love everyone that loves me. I treat everyone the same way I would like to be treated, right? I'm not disrespectful until you are disrespectful to me.
Yes, I agree.
So I didn't. It was just. I'm like, listen. I love everyone. I don't. If I dislike you, I don't mess with you. I don't associate. I don't. You're not in my circle if I don't mess with
Exactly.
you.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna bother myself with hating on you or not. I don't have time for that.
I
I
agree.
rather focus my energy on positive stuff, on creating the content and being there for those that I care for,
Yeah.
whether it be my podcasting friends, my friends, family here and PA, whatever.
Yeah.
My focus is towards helping and uplifting my community, and whether it be virtually or even my local community, whatever it is, that my goal is to just to provide positivity.
And yeah, and I think that's, our both of our goals is, we want to serve the people. We want to, well, we want to shine. And it's not that we're being selfish by shining. It's like, being a star, right? And
Yeah,
of course, me going back to stars and outer space and all that. But it's, you know, it's to shine as brightly and to let
as
others,
yeah. So
yeah,
to guide people, yeah,
yes, and to help others shine the way that they're supposed to shine, because all of us have that special quality. Some of us just haven't found it yet. And, like we said, if you can't see what I see, borrow my glasses, right?
yeah,
And I think that's what it is. And what I love about what we do is that we build communities for people to support each other.
yeah,
And that's so important because, life is about community. It's about people working with other people.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I'm glad we turned this into a episode.
Hey.
But as always, it's a pleasure to bring you cognitive cuisine. This is something that's very personal to us, and we love doing it. So,
Yeah.
thank you for tuning in. I'm I'm grateful for this opportunity, and hopefully we'll continue to bring you some great episodes, and looking forward to Yayoi releasing her podcast and doing her thing.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
have we mentioned the title here yet? I'm
I,
sure we
th- I
have.
think I think I
Sure we
have.
have. So
Yeah.
if we haven't,
It's called I'll Start on Monday.
yeah.
It's a very might kind of title.
So definitely check it out. And then again, um,
Yeah.
hopefully you everybody have a blessed day and peace out.
Yep. Peace out, everyone.